All right, we have a mulberry tree right here. We're in, oops.
Oh, that's a good way to start.
Oh, they're already on the ground.
Well, that's got,
Oh my God, a lot of them have
oh
dropped.
my God.
I wanted to taste one without dropping it. Here, I gotta be very careful not to drop it. I know, I'm not walking. Oh my God, that is so good. All right, they taste really good. So I am going to pick some mulberries and hopefully we'll have enough to make some mulberry jam.
All right. Drop it.
I gotta put the camera down. I can't do this with both hands. All right, we picked what we could. I only need 4 cups. I think this is 4 cups. Pretty much got everything. So if it's not 4 cups, I'll just have to alter the recipe.
Fingers.
Oh, mulberry fingers. Look at that. So yeah, I think it's 4 cups. So I get home and rinse them off and start the recipe in my disposable Hello Kitty bag. So yeah, somewhere in St. Charles. There's 2 other mulberry trees, but they're not ripe yet. It's weird how this one's totally ripe. There's still tons of mulberries on it. I just can't reach them. And I don't want to risk breaking the tree because it's not a really big, thick tree. So, like I said, all I needed was 4 cups. I think we got it. All right, we're home from the park, and so I just put these in cold water real quick so I can do a rinse and pull out all the sticks and weeds and then find my recipe to see what the next step is. I definitely have to go through here and pull out, because some of them have like these green tops. I rinsed the mulberries and it has just about perfect amount of 4 cups. And I've been debating for the last 10 minutes whether I was gonna make jelly or jam. So originally I was gonna do jam, but then you have to de-stem these mulberries and it's hard. This stem runs throughout the entire berry and I just was like, okay, forget it. I tried, I got not even 2 minutes through and I'm like, okay, I forget it. I actually prefer jelly over jam. So remember the difference is jam, you leave the crushed fruit in. Jelly, you're just using the juice. And so we will crush these berries down with water, cook it on the stove, and then strain out all the mulberry mush and just use that juice. I couldn't really find any recipes online specifically for mulberry juice or mulberry jelly. There's a whole lot of recipes for mulberry jam, but for juice, for jelly, not so much. But it just happens to be 4 cups, which is the same amount for my blackberry recipe. For my blackberry, you need 4 cups blackberries. Mulberries are very similar. I'm gonna use the same recipe. So instead of blackberries, I'm using mulberries. So we got the 4 cups of the mulberries, and then we're gonna cover it in 4 cups of water. Mash them with a potato masher in the pot and then boil it medium to high heat for 20 minutes. And then I'll strain out that juice and hopefully it will give me 3.5 cups juice. I need 3.5 cups juice. So then when I'm ready to make the jelly, it's 3.5 cups juice, 4.5 cups sugar, 1 box of pectin, which I have, I'm sorry, and then 1 teaspoon butter. The butter, again, remember, is to prevent foam, and so I will use the butter method. And that's it. Basically sugar and pectin. That's jelly. And this is definitely, I lucked out because I lucked out to have the perfect amount and that I did this today because the tree we went to is in a park and it was losing its berries. I got all that I could. And tomorrow we're gonna hit like a heat wave. So tomorrow they probably would have been gross. So I don't know, woke up this morning, thought about it, perfect timing. Now I'm going to make the jelly. And this will make the jar, the thing says 6 to 8 jars, half pint. When I made my blackberry, it made 8. I only have 6 jars left. So I'm gonna have to run to the store real quick and buy another flat of half pint jars at my grocery store. My Farm and Fleet is out of them. In the Farm and Fleet, it's like $9.99 a case, and at the grocery store, or a flat, it's $9.99 a flat, and at the grocery store, it's like $11.99. So I have to pay $2 more at the grocery store. But it's worth it because I do enjoy this. This is not like a hobby where I'm doing this to save money. This is a hobby. I'm doing this because I enjoy canning, and we will use the food, but it's, you know, I think maybe you save money in the long run. I'm not really worried about it. I just want to make mulberry jelly. All right, so here is the mulberries and water. I'm just boiling it for 20 minutes. I'm stirring constantly. It's a smaller pan, so it'll boil over if I'm not careful. So just gonna stand here and slowly stir for 20 minutes. Here are the mulberries cooked down for 20 minutes. Now I'm gonna strain them with my little strainer and a cheesecloth because I wanna make sure I get all the seeds. I need 3 3/4 cups of juice. So I should be able to get that, no problem. It's a slow process. All right, so after the juice is strained, put it back into the pot, add the pectin, add a pat of butter to prevent the foam, and now stir until it comes to a rolling boil. Once it comes to a rolling boil, you add the sugar and boil it for 1 minute. And then you're ready to add it to the jars. I already have these sterilized. So at this stage, it moves pretty quickly. So definitely make sure you have your sugar measured out, your pectin was measured out, because if you step away from this, it could bubble over. As you can hear, I spilled a little juice in the pot, so it's bubbling on my stovetop. All right, here is the jelly mixture. The butter really works. There wasn't much foam whatsoever. So now I'm going to spoon it in my 8 half-pint jelly jars, and you only need like 1/2 inch headspace. All right, I had 2 extra jars, so this recipe only made 6 half-pint jars. I did everything just like the blackberry, so it should have made 8. I don't know, I guess I measured something wrong. Here, this is my extra. It would have only filled this jar halfway, so I'm just gonna let this sit here and cool down, and hopefully it'll gel, and then I can sample it. It tastes very good, but I'm just waiting to see if it'll gel up. And so once your water bath canner gets back to boil, you water bath it for 5 minutes. That's what the recipe said. Most jellies is like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna follow the recipe. It says 5 minutes once the water starts boiling. It worked for my blackberry, so looks like it's already starting to. So I don't know. As you can see, I made a complete mess. I had to bubble over. Not my best canning experience. I've got all this. It's just a disaster. It's usually not quite this of a disaster, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired. But I'm keep on working, and I gotta clean these up while I wait for this to start coming to a boil. I had some pre-packaged pound cakes, mini pound cakes, and so I just spooned some of this. It hasn't set yet, so it's still syrup, but it'll still taste the same whether it's syrup or jelly. I want my husband to taste test it. I tasted it, I liked it. It tastes a lot like blackberry, but still very good. He wanted me to make syrup, but I already have like blackberry syrup and clover syrup. And since I had a limited amount of mulberries, I thought we would eat jelly more than syrup. But here's some syrup for him real quick, so let's go take this to his office and see if he likes it. All right, I'm in my husband's office. Okay, so this is the leftover. It hasn't set yet, so it's still kind of like a syrup. So I poured it on that pancake. I want you to do a taste test.
This is a pancake?
Did I say pound cake?
Oh,
I said it wrong.
It's all right.
It is not a pancake, it's a pound cake.
I looked at it, I was like, I don't look like a pancake. Mmm. Wow.
It tastes a lot like blackberry.
It tastes like blackberry.
Yeah.
It's a little less sour.
Yeah.
Than black.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I really liked it.
It's really good.
So if it doesn't set, we'll have syrup. But if it sets, we'll have jelly.
Oh man.
You like it?
I do.
So yeah, there's a little left. like when you put it in a jar, you have to fill the jar completely to be able to can it properly.
Yeah.
And so I only had like half of a jar left, so that's why I just put it
It's
in.
a lot like blackberry.
It tastes a lot like blackberry.
That is so weird.
I couldn't really tell the difference,
Oh my
but I knew
gosh.
that your taste buds are a little more refined than mine. So, do you think it tastes different enough?
Oh,
no,
yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know?
No, I mean they're made. So here, let me have a bite.
I think it's really good.
Hold the bowl.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, it wasn't the best canning experience. It bubbled over. I spilled stuff. It's just ridiculous. We might have to buy more of those mini pound cakes.
They're
That
really
is
good.
delicious.
Yeah, the pound cakes are
They were
really good.
just like pre-packaged in like the snack cake aisle.
Here, try that one.
They're so
Got
good.
more berry in it. I'm surprised it's so dark. I didn't think the berries were. I guess they were purple, weren't they?
They were purple.
All right.
That is really good. All right, I'll let you. I got to take them out of the water bath. I just wanted to make sure. If you liked it, that's good. 6 jars is all we got, and no more.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just took them out of the water bath canner, and several of them have already popped. So when you take your jars out, put them on a towel. Can't remember the reason why. I think because the counter it could be a temperature shock to the jars. And then I also had saw several videos where they cover their jars for 24 hours. Again, it's just so like there's not a drastic change in the temperature, because it was super hot in here, and now like my house is super cool. And so like, and this towel is, believe it or not, this towel is cleaned. Stained, but cleaned. I go through so many towels when I can. And so I'm just getting ready to throw another load of wash in because I just keep dirtying my towels over and over again. So anyway, yeah, cover it with a towel and just don't touch them for 24 hours. Good morning. It's the next day. The jars have cooled down. They all have set and, they all have sealed and they all have set. Perfect jelly, not syrup. So yes, this is mulberry jelly, and first time I've ever done it, and it was a lot of fun. Mulberries are very short span that you can collect them, like less than a week. Mulberries are very popular with birds, so you know, if you want to make mulberry jelly or jam, you definitely have to know somewhere that has trees. I don't think I've ever actually seen mulberries and sell for stores, but it was a lot of fun. They're very similar to blackberries, and I love to forage, so it's pretty cool when I can forage nature's gifts. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you later.